Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Torah with the Beth Israel Rabbi. This coming Shabbat is Shabbat Mevarchim, a Shabbat in which we announce and bless the new month that is to come during the week. The month that we will celebrate this coming week is the second month of Adar, Adar 2. There are 2 Adars this year because it is a leap year, not only on the secular calendar, but on the Jewish calendar as well. In the Talmud, it teaches us, Mi shenichnas la'adar marabim b'simcha. The one who enters into the month of Adar maximizes their joy. The fact that we have 2 Adars this year means that we should double our joy. Just like a commercial that I remember from when I was younger that said that anyone who chews Wrigley double mint gum has double the pleasure and double the fun. Normally, 2 Adars does mean double the pleasure and double the fun. But this year, I'm forced by the nature of what has been taking place to not only think about this teaching in Talmud Ta'anit, but also to think of a separate teaching in Talmud Brachot. In Talmud Brachot, we learn of 2 stories in which weddings are taking place, and the wedding parties are getting a little bit out of hand. And the father, actually, of the rabbis in both cases who are being married, take a glass and crush it. It just so happens that this part of the Talmud Brachot in this section is speaking about the fact that we need to minimize our joy sometimes, not allow to let our joy get out of hand, but to be careful. Tosafot, about these 2 particular stories, says this is where the tradition of breaking a glass at a wedding comes from. That even in our time of great joy, we need to remember to keep our joy in check. I think about this particular teaching of the Talmud in this particular month of Adar, this particular Purim, when we have 2 Adars and would normally double our joy. And remember that since October 7th, since what took place in the terrible attack in Israel, what has taken place since then, the war and the rise of anti-Semitism, it is extremely difficult to double our joy this Purim. Yes, according to Jewish law, we must celebrate Purim. Yes, according to Jewish law, we must recognize the holiday of Purim, and we will do that in the synagogue this year. However, we must also remember what is taking place. So what I want to encourage us to do is really learn our story, understand our history, in order to be able to understand not only what is going to happen on Purim, but to be able to understand what is taking place today. Over the course of this week, we have incredible learning opportunities for you to understand Jewish history and the context in which we find ourselves. Please join us on Shabbat morning as our very own Jay Eidelman, professor, doctor of Jewish history, teaches about the history of anti-Semitism. Please join us on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday evenings from 7:30 to 9 p.m. as Henry Abramson teaches about the history of Israel from the time of Tanakh until today. And please join me on Thursday for my lunch and learn at 12 o'clock as I teach about the meaning of the word genocide and its use today against the Jewish people. Shabbat Shalom.